Assalamu alaikum, this is Nida Karim and I am your host today for dbtv exclusive. We have today with us an actor who has become the national sensation, or you call him a national crush for our girls out there. Should I call him Altamash from Anaa or Usman Mukhtar? Usman Mukhtar, thank you for joining me in the studio.
Thank you for having
He's
me.
a director, actor, cinematographer.
जिंदगी का हर उजाला जुड़ा है उस रोशनी से जिसकी तवानाई से हर शय है रोशन। जैसे आप स्काई इलेक्ट्रिक के साथ। स्काई इलेक्ट्रिक एक ऐसा स्मार्ट सोलर सिस्टम जो न सिर्फ सूरज से आपके कारोबार और घर के लिए बिजली बनाए बल्कि इंटेलिजेंटली उसे मैनेज और स्टोर भी करे और इजाफी बिजली ग्रिड को फरोख्त करे। स्काई इलेक्ट्रिक का क्वालिफाइड स्टाफ हर फॉल्ट को दे फौरी रिस्पॉन्स, जबकि मोबाइल ऐप से आप अपने सिस्टम को मॉनिटर भी कर सकते हैं। अब बिजली कब जाती है और कब आती है पता ही नहीं चलता। स्काई इलेक्ट्रिक के साथ रोशन दिन रात। स्काई इलेक्ट्रिक, पावर्ड बाय इंटेलिजेंस।
Usman, how is Altamash doing right now?
He's doing pretty well, and it's kind of overwhelming how it's just changed my life in like the past 4 or 5 months. Apparently people loved the character. It's almost about to end. But Alhamdulillah, it's been great, and he's doing great.
Usman, we were talking earlier and you told me, and obviously I've seen it as well, you're a very serious character when it comes to Altamash.
Yes.
What is with the girls out there, or even the audience out there, and their connection to the seriousness of a character?
It's not about seriousness. And it's sad. Altamash, we constantly said this. He's a character. He's a fictional character that I had to portray. He's done some really horrible things in the drama as well. And it's surprising that people like that. People like a man who has an attitude, who doesn't give two, about anything. He's very proud, and he's full of himself, and he treats a girl, some girls in the drama, not very nicely, and that is something that I do not advocate in any way. But people really like it, girls especially really like it, and that's what I was told initially, that this character is very good, this character is very, but when I started reading it, I'm like, okay, he's not your ordinary like hero. But everybody kept telling me, you see what this character does, and which has happened. I was actually surprised. In one of the episodes, he grabbed this girl by her by her throat, which I never advocate, and I keep telling people. They're like, I get, because I love interacting with the fans, and every Sunday I go live and I take their requests and I do video call with everybody, whoever I can. I can't video chat with everybody. But so a lot of guys who I talk to, they're like, oh, हमने तो अब Altamash की तरह बात करनी शुरू कर दी. We started behaving like Altamash, and I'm like, that's not a good thing. Yes, he's a good. There are certain things that he's done. He's very caring. He's a very caring brother. He's trying to help certain people out. But there are a lot of things that he does that you shouldn't really, follow.
If I start from the beginning, what inspired you to become what you are today? I know that you did not start as an actor. You started as a director.
Yeah.
But what inspired you?
What inspired me? I actually had no idea what I'm going to become. When I was a kid, I wanted to become a cricketer.
Okay.
I played cricket. I played club cricket when I was young, and at that point, my grandfather kind of thought that they probably thought I wasn't that great at playing cricket, because I was very serious. I'm like, I'm going to become a cricketer. They thought that maybe he's not that great, and what are the chances that he's going to go into the national team? It's a gamble, so let's just get him off this and do a proper degree and become like a lawyer or
something.
So I was sent to a boarding school. I was in boarding school, and we used to get town days. Town days were, for boarders, you used to get a day off on Sunday, and you would go out and you'd have to report back by 6 p.m. So we used to go on Mall Road, and there was this trick shop over there that I used to go to. And I'd buy these special effects makeup kits, witch makeup and Frankenstein makeup. And I just, whenever I'd come back home, I'd put that makeup on my face and I'd just do weird things in front of the mirror. I think that's where this thing came from. I'm not sure, but I had no idea what I'm going to become. And then I was a big wrestling fan. I used to make these tribute videos, edit them on my PC. At that point, there was this Windows Movie Maker that came in Windows Millennium, that came after '98. So I used to use that, and I used to make these tribute videos on Undertaker. And so a lot of my friends
But you never tried your luck there.
No, never did. I thought if I'd go into wrestling, they'd just kick me.
They'll disown you.
Yeah. So I used to show those videos to my friends. So they thought that I could edit, so I could make a short. So there was this film festival happening in Kara, and they said, why don't you make a short film? You know how to edit. How hard is it to shoot a film? I mean, look at the Pakistani films we have right now, and that was the Gandasa era, and I mean, the quality was really bad. So I said, yeah, I can make something better than this. We tried our hands. It was the most difficult thing to do, and we took it for granted, and we couldn't really pull it off. And that's when I thought, I really want to learn how to do this. So then I started directing a film, and I was working with my actors, and this friend of mine, he saw me. He was a theater director, and he saw me, and he's like, I've seen you work with your actors, and I think you can be a really good actor. Why don't you come audition for me? I said, you think so? He's like, yeah. So I went. When I went, I auditioned. He saw my audition, and he's like, okay, done, you're in the play.
Well, Usman, I have to cut you here. Your talent aside, I think it's the other person that sees the spark in you also counts in this whole procedure, because it's a learning process. We'll be talking to Usman Mukhtar more about his personal life and his entertainment life after a short break. Stay with us. So Usman, a friend sees spark in you, and you give the audition. Obviously, the journey starts from there. From that point to today, how this journey has been challenging.
It has been challenging. It has its ups and downs, and but I mean, it was a good run. I mean, I've enjoyed it. I don't regret anything that I did. Normally people go like, oh, I regret that. I think all these experiences that I've had have made me the person I am today. So I really kind of enjoyed the journey, but it has been tough. Yeah, it has been tough. It has been good at times,
Obviously, every part of the work is tough. You talked about Gandasa. So obviously, you put your work in it, and to showcase a different cinematography to the audience. If I talk about the direction of the industry right now, are you as a director satisfied?
No, I'm not. I see some of the films that make me cringe, that make me realize that we don't have directors, very few directors. I think Kamal, who made Lal Kabutar, he's a brilliant director, and I think he should get more work. I think Ahsan Rahim is a great director. He's made Tifa, and that film was actually made like a film. It was a good film.
So sorry to cut you. So when you say he should get more work, what's stopping them? Is it
no,
that they
I
aren't being
want
approached?
to see them more than
You want to see them engaged more?
Yeah, I want to see them making more work rather than giving opportunities to other filmmakers who aren't doing that, who are making senseless movies. So I personally think that, Asim Abbasi is another great filmmaker. He made a film called Cake, which was a great film. Our problem is that most of our directors don't know how to tell a narrative. They know how to copy something. They know how to copy an Indian film or take scenes from 5 different Indian films, combine them into a film, make a khichdi, and just present it to the audience. And now I think the time where we were kind of guilt-tripping our audience and emotionally blackmailing them to come watch the film, Pakistani cinema is reviving, it's revived. Please stop using that. You need
Actually, I was about to come there. Actors believe that it's a nascent industry, it's a new industry. Do you still believe that?
it's not it's not in its revival stage. It has revived.
This is
Now,
the final form that you
no,
really-
no, no. It's going to evolve. It's going to evolve. It's going to evolve into so many different things. But right now, we are out of the revival phase of, for God's sake, stop
For long now.
using this excuse that, oh, it is a revival of cinema, so please help us. No. You need to now prove yourself as directors, as filmmakers, as producers, to make good narratives. And I just, please, please, please stop stop copying Bollywood films, please.
Is it the budget that stops them, or is
No.
it their mental capability or the critical thinking that they're not doing properly?
Obviously, the compared to Indian films, their budgets are huge. We can't get those kind of budgets right now because we don't have those many cinemas in the country. But our budgets are very comfortable, and we can make good films in those budgets. It's, I mean, look at the production values now that our films have. I went to watch this movie, which was called Pare Hat Love. I don't know, I didn't like the narrative of the film, but visually it was a beautiful film. Like, the cinematography was great, the art direction was great, the sets were great. So you know that you can pull off.
Even for a girl, the dresses were great.
Yeah, like everything, visually it was a beautiful film. It's just that we now lack the direction, the scripts, and the acting, and the sound. Our sound is, like, this is a technical woe. As a director, I'm speaking, the sound is horrible.
All right. So coming to your projects, are there any projects that you specifically are working on right now?
I am not doing any directorial work,
Okay.
but I am acting. I am doing a drama serial right now for Hum. It's called Sabat, and we're actually shooting these days. So that's something that I'm doing.
So Usman, from 2006 till now, how hard has it been to maintain a private life?
2018.
Yeah, till today.
I mean, it's not that difficult. I actually am I'm an introvert. I don't go to Karachi, and I don't go to like those gatherings and stuff. I like to keep my personal life my personal life. I like to keep my professional life my professional life. I have friends, very few friends in the industry. Most of them are outside the industry, so I, so it hasn't been that hard.
All right.
I wouldn't say it hasn't been that.
So talking about the media or the entertainment industry, as you call it, how hard it is to get in? How welcoming is the industry?
It's difficult. It's difficult initially when you're new. Nobody is willing to give you a chance, because they're like, "Oh, what have you done? You're not a big face. You're not a commercial face. We don't want to invest in you." Something that I have also faced.
Okay.
Even though I started acting and I came into this field in like 2006. But when I went towards the commercial, everybody was like, PR people who I wanted to hire, because apparently PR is very important now. And they're like, no, we can't. Nobody's going to invest into him and stuff like that. And it just really demoralizes you. So yeah, that is one thing that, it is difficult.
It is difficult. Altamash got extreme publicity. What about the criticism that Usman Mukhtar gets behind Altamash? We'll ask him after a short break. Stay with us. Usman, I'm sure you would go all bonkers when you get the appreciation, but criticism, brings you down. How have you dealt with that?
I think if it's constructive criticism, it's very good for you. And I think as an actor, as a director, as anybody, you will not be able to grow if you don't get criticism. Constructive criticism. By constructive criticism, I mean criticism that tells you what you're doing wrong, which is justified.
Yeah.
Criticism that's there just for the heck of it, which doesn't make sense. For example, somebody puts a picture up, अपनी आँखें ठीक कर लें यार, आप अपनी मुंह को टेढ़ा क्यों कर रहे हैं, आप अपना मतलब वो मोटी क्यों हुई हुई है इतना, मतलब that kind of stuff is just ridiculous. That's not needed. But if you're commenting on somebody's acting and saying this is where you didn't do something right, or the sound wasn't proper in a film, or that is constructive criticism. You're justifying and you're telling them, you're explaining what was wrong and why was it wrong. So
but do you get that from your fellows and your audience and your fans?
Yeah, for sure. And people don't forgive. People don't forget. I remember when that episode aired where Altamash grabbed her by the neck. A lot of people spoke about it, and they said, and I was very happy that people did, because that's something that he did wrong. And they started talking about the fact that, oh, why do women make this character such a big deal when he's doing this to a girl and it's so okay in this society. So I said, yeah, that's true. But then they're like, shame on you for doing something like that. I'm like, I'm an actor.
That's just a character.
If I'm told to play a transgender, if it's a good role, I'd do it. You'll come up to me and say, oh, why are you playing a transgender? Because that's my job. I'm an actor. I'm supposed to play different people.
I think there's another interesting fact about Usman Mukhtar, that he has worked on climate change and he is an advocate of it. We'll ask him Usman, what specific thing motivated you and why climate specifically?
So firstly, Nida, I have not worked on climate change. I would love to work on climate change. I'm an advocate for it. And I really wish I get an opportunity. I just try to help out in whatever way I can. There's a friend of mine, she's an environmentalist, Anaa, and every time she tells me there's something happening and if I can help, I jump on because I really wanted to make a documentary on the impact of climate change in Pakistan, which people don't realize, how drastic and how devastating it's going to be. And now we've kind of peaked and crossed the carbon emissions. And you can see the fires in the Amazon, wildfires everywhere, those drastic weather change, that is climate change. And just to create that awareness, on the 20th of September, there's a walk that's happening by the citizens of Islamabad to kind of make create awareness of the climate issue.
We had the Amazon fire, the biggest reason,
I mean, a lot of people don't realize that, these wildfires are why they're happening, and your world's 20% of your oxygen comes from the Amazon. And you've burnt most of it down right now. So this is a very serious
obviously
issue.
The climate change is not only affecting the humans or the weather, it's the animals,
it's affecting your entire ecosystem.
Yeah, exactly.
It's affecting your entire ecosystem. And the more people are aware of it, the more they'll do whatever it is in their capacity to help out. And that's what, everybody's trying to, people at, the climate control and everything, they're trying to do that.
Yeah. Before ending the show, I would like to bring in Kashmir, because Kashmir has been an issue that's been going on for almost a month now, and every news channel, every news outlet is trying to put a voice out there for Kashmiris. Media industry, how do you feel, how important is media industry in focusing the issue of Kashmir? Because obviously you guys have a say, guys have a following and fans.
It's very important. It's very important. It's heartbreaking what's happening there. It's honestly, it boggles my mind how it has been a month and nobody's actually reached to a conclusion when you know what's happening to women and children in Kashmir. And I think for any public figure, for an actor, for a director who have so much following and who are like a public figure, it's their responsibility. It's a very famous quote from Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. It's true. It's your responsibility to speak up. Though actors in India, they're speaking up. They're speaking up and they're they've picked their side, which is okay. They live there. That's their. But so should we. We
Yeah.
should also talk.
These
we should also speak
tensions,
up.
these tensions target artists as well. So what's your say on that? Do you?
I don't think it should. Art is above these things, but there are certain times when this, like, I was very disappointed. I used to think Anupam Kher Saab is a very fine actor, but when he made a statement saying that, oh, this is the only solution, genocide is the only solution.
And you have big actors from.
So I just, all respect just went down the drain for me personally, and so.
And I'm sure many others as
And
well.
a lot of other actors as well. I think you should speak for the right, and I'm pretty sure they also know what's happening over there, what's happening to the children, what's happening to the women. And I feel the anxiety that these kids are going through over there. It's very easy for us to sit on our Twitter and on our Instagram and tweet
And
about
type
it.
about it, yeah.
We don't even know what they're going through. We can't even imagine what they're going through. So I really think we should talk, but I don't know how much difference that will make.
Yeah.
It's up to the officials to make this decision. I really hope that
That it comes to
हमें थोड़ी
conclusion.
sense आए
Yeah.
and we do the right thing.
Thank you so much, Usman, for joining me in the studio.
Thank you.
This was dbtv exclusive for today. Till next week, Allah Hafiz.